Let's go to day 9 on questions related to SQL warehouses. When many people think of Databricks, they often imagine the big data pipelines and machine learning. But Databricks has a fully integrated data warehouse, the SQL warehouse. It's purpose built for data intelligence, reporting, and ad hoc SQL queries for your lakehouse data. So initially, Databricks was not having this warehouse, but recently, in last 2 to 3 years, they have brought in a full-fledged SQL warehouse. In fact, it is one of the best industry warehouses right now available. So some of the question that come on that is auto stop feature. Which of the following is the benefit of using an auto stop feature of Databricks SQL Server Warehouse? So for the SQL Server Warehouse, there is a feature called auto stop. How does that help? So overall, it minimizes the total runtime of a warehouse. So auto stop feature has a time limit. You can set in like okay, auto stop when idle, right? So whenever some query is not running for a particular period of time, it will automatically stop all the compute capacity. This would reduce the cost incurred on the warehouse maintenance. That is the first question. Second question is which of the following compute resource is available in Databricks SQL? Databricks SQL um, is a query engine that Databricks has prepared for the SQL serverless warehouse, and therefore SQL warehouses is something which is an alternate name for Databricks SQL. So whenever we call Databricks SQL, alternatively the answer is related to SQL warehouses. The SQL warehouses are a dedicated compute for running SQL queries on Databricks. It has recently been introduced, similar to what we have at Snowflake. So if there is a warehousing need, then Databricks SQL Serverless Warehouse is the option. Okay. Another question that comes is Photon is integrated into which type of Databricks compute resource? Photon is first of all integrated only in serverless features. So SQL warehouses which are available as serverless, they have Photon enabled so that query can run faster. Photon powers SQL warehouses. As I said, it's a dedicated C++ built query engine. So Photon powers the SQL warehouses for faster vectorized query execution. Let us take a deep dive into what is a SQL Server Warehouse. As I mentioned, by definition, it is a purpose-built compute layer in Databricks designed for BI plus SQL workloads. Over the time, we realized that it's not always data pipelines. There are BI applications such as MicroStrategy, Power BI, for example, and they need a live warehouse which is present right behind them. So Teradata, then Oracle, were such options available, right? But when the lakehouse came, Databricks also brought in something called SQL Serverless Warehouse or SQL Warehouse, which can act as a backend for the BI tools. Think of this as a Databricks answer to Snowflake or Redshift, but natively connected to your lakehouse. It has a fully serverless option and no need to manage cluster manually. So like this is one short diagram I could pull out. So there's a SQL analytics if you want to do. It's a SQL engine and you can run anything on top of it. Okay. So all the tools that are associated are SQL editor. It has SQL editor where you can run the queries. Query catalog is integrated. uh, it is also having a feature of dashboard and alert, and then it has multiple connectors to multiple clients. So for example, Power BI has amazing connectivity with Databricks SQL Server Warehouse. Similarly, MicroStrategy has the same. So like that. Okay. And the compute is, as I said, it's the fastest compute for SQL Warehouse. It has its own Photon engine. So some of the key features are it's a purpose built for BI. As I said, every BI needs a backend warehouse. So the SQL Serverless Warehouse or SQL Warehouse is being built for that. It is Photon powered. Auto scale, auto stop, and auto scaling. It helps to minimize the total runtime of a warehouse. Okay, and fine grained security. managed under Unity Catalog for access control. So completely under the layer of Unity Catalog, it has its own fine-grained access control, and therefore no need to worry on top of that. Okay. So these are some exam clues. Purpose built for SQL BI, AutoStop saves cost, Photon integration, and Databricks native data warehouse. So these are couple of questions that we get on this thing. Okay, there is a beautiful blog which has I found this blog, Databricks blog, and I'll do a video on for that blog. But just to give you a short answer, uh, it's a blog related to how to design a database or a schema, right? A schema of multiple tables into a warehouse, so that this entire design suits to the warehouse for ingestion, retrieval, transformation, and everything. Okay, but that's a very beautiful article. I'll just prepare a separate video for it, because this series is totally dedicated to only question and answer related to engineering associate exam. So I'll prepare a separate video in which we'll talk about this amazing blog where they do explain in detail how beautifully we can design the tables within Databricks. You can put down medallion architecture. What all things we can do, we'll just go through that in next upcoming videos. In the meantime, thank you for watching this, and please do subscribe. Thanks. Bye.